YouTube. All right. Um, Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm going to share a couple of things in Portuguese at first, especially because it's a free English session, and I want you to be on the same page as me and to understand how Talk and Talk works, especially about the new things we are coming up next. Então, eu sou o Phillipe e eu tô com um sol aqui atrás que tá atrapalhando um pouco a minha luminosidade, a minha luz, mas não tem problema. Você que está aqui hoje, está assistindo a gente no YouTube, está ouvindo o nosso podcast, ou está aqui ao vivo, essa sessão é uma conversação de imersão. E o que que significa uma conversa de imersão? Significa que você vai imergir como se estivesse morando fora do país. E como isso funciona na prática? Você não tem um professor, você não vai ser corrigido, e ainda assim você vai melhorar suas habilidades de falar um novo idioma, no caso, o inglês. Toda sessão de imersão que a gente tem aqui tem um tema, tem perguntas, e essas perguntas norteiam a nossa discussão. Eu não faço... eu não estou aqui no papel de professor, apenas como um aluno querendo me desenvolver e desenvolver a minha comunicação. As imersões são 100% em inglês, a gente tem a imersão que é 100% em inglês e tem a de iniciantes. A imersão de iniciantes você pode utilizar o português como apoio. Lembrando sempre que usar o português significa que você não está aprendendo inglês, mas é um apoio para você que está começando, que precisa de uma ajuda. E o português vai te ajudar nesse sentido. Estou fazendo toda essa explicação em português para ser o mais claro possível, porque essa é uma sessão gratuita, então não necessariamente você precisa ter uma assinatura. Para quem quer testar as outras imersões, seja de iniciante, seja geral, em todas elas a gente não faz teste de nível e a gente não quer saber o seu nível. A gente aceita todos os níveis em qualquer sessão, seja ela de iniciantes ou não. Então você vai ver gente avançada na sessão de iniciante, e gente iniciante na sessão é 100% em inglês. A gente tem um planner dentro do nosso site, onde você pode verificar os temas e as perguntas. E hoje a gente vai falar sobre aprendizagem de inglês dentro da TalkNTalk. Além disso, a gente tem um e-book para te ajudar a se apresentar em inglês. E é uma das coisas que a gente sempre exige que você faça. Se apresente em inglês. Então, toda vez que você vier aqui, se apresente em inglês. Está enjoado de se apresentar em inglês? Muda a sua apresentação. Que a gente vai sempre pedir, e é requisito básico e obrigatório de todo aluno se apresentar, e também os facilitadores. A gente está com uma campanha esse mês de um e-book que você tem direito a mais de 60 páginas de conteúdo para te ajudar a montar uma apresentação pessoal 100% em inglês e bem estruturada. Você aprender, de fato, como se apresentar numa entrevista de emprego, por exemplo. E quem fizer a aquisição do e-book ainda hoje ganha 29 horas de bônus de conversação para utilizar durante 30 dias. Ou seja, você, na prática, está comprando um e-book, ganha 29 horas. O valor do e-book é R$ 29, coincidentemente, né, uma forma simplificada da matemática, você está pagando por cada conversação R$ 1 na prática, né? Então, você faz a aquisição do e-book, ganha 29 horas para utilizar durante 30 dias. E ainda assim, você tem acesso à nossa comunidade de inglês dentro da plataforma. Well, let me switch back to English, and thank you for your patience. Anybody here for the first time? Alguém aqui pela primeira vez?
Me.
André? Anyone else?
Me.
Jaqueline? Great. So, André and Jaqueline, you are going to be the first to present yourselves, okay? Especially André. And more than that, cameras open, improve and boost your fluency in, I don't know, a lot of percent. Okay, so if you can open your camera, it's gonna help you to develop your communication skills. André, can you present yourself first? Just tell your name, where you're from, and why are you here?
Okay. My name is André. I live in São Paulo, Brazil. and I'm here to improve my English. I've been studied English only for 2 years between 28 and 2020, and the last years I haven't practiced a lot. Just watch some movies or something like this, but without a lot of practice. So I'm here to learn and to teach if I can.
Welcome aboard. Jaqueline, how about you? Can you present yourself, please?
Hi everyone. I'm Jaqueline. I live in Salvador, Bahia. I am a software developer, and in this moment I want improve my English because it's many documentation and books and opportunity job opportunity to learn in English, and I have a little difficult to um, organization my ideas in English, so I can understand, but when I speak it, I have a difficult. So I want in this moment to get better my English.
Very good, Jaqueline. Welcome aboard. Good to have you here. I'm Philip, and I have been running this platform since 2016. We have more than 70 hours of conversations per week. We also have courses that you can study: English, Spanish, French, Italian, German, and Mandarin. Um, we have a platform which will bring you everything you need to become fluent in any of these languages. And I'm living in Toronto right now. I'm just waiting to go back to Brazil. All right. So, Solon, can you present yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. So, hello guys, my name is Salom Bonifacio. I'm from São Paulo, the capital. I work as a data analyst here, and I really appreciate coming here and practice English or Spanish with the guys on Talk and Talk. I think that's all.
Very good. Good to have you here in my session. Christian, what about you? Present yourself.
Sure, thank you. Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Christian Jimenez. I am Bolivian, but now I live here in Brazil. I work as a full stack software developer for a Brazilian institute. I have been using Talk and Talk, I think, for 2 years, and it have helped me so much improving my English communication. And that's it. I use Talk and Talk for practicing Portuguese, English, and French as well.
Very good. And Christian, by the way, try the host application. I'm about to ask you about that for, I think, a few weeks now, but I always forget. So go to the website. You're gonna see host, or you're gonna see like in the members area, a place to become a host. Then we can talk better about it. All right.
Sure, I will. Thank you.
Lucas, can you present yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Lucas. I'm 21 years old. I try to be a game developer actually. I here just to exercise my speech. If I don't exercise, I will be rusty again. Right?
Exactly. And that's what everybody's looking for, to become more comfortable, even though let's be real, we do not speak the language, right? Well, we're gonna talk about learning English in here on Talk and Talk. So it's gonna be a very good opportunity to share some insights and some tips around the platform, and especially regarding English fluency. So, and then my very first question is, how do you think participating in student-led conversations, as we do here on Talk and Talk or at Talk and Talk, enhances your language learning experience compared to traditional classroom settings? And Solon, can you be the first one and share your personal experience around Talk and Talk?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think that the main difference is that on traditional classrooms, we have like a teacher, and this teacher, well, he tries to teach you how to speak English, but I think he concentrates more in teaching you the correct grammar, you know. And here on Talk and Talk, I think that we can learn by our mistakes, but we focus on the conversation aspect of the language. So I think that we also have the like you said at the beginning of the meeting, this year it's an immersion, you know, and in a classroom it's just you go there for 1 hour or two, you learn some grammar, and then you do the exercise at home. Here we are in an immersion, so we can hear different accents, we can talk about different topics, and it's always very nice to listen to different accents, different levels at the same time.
Very good, very good. For me, it's great to hear back from you and other people, just to understand how you all see this process. It's the way I see it's different from the way other people see. So it's a good way to understand that. Christian, and you, how do you think participating in student-led conversations like this enhances your fluency in your learning experience rather than traditional classroom settings?
And so I totally agree with Solon. I think that he pointed a really important point of how important is to try to start speaking a different language, because when we just focus on the grammar part of or the grammar part, and not just not for we don't focus on the speaking part, we just have that knowledge in our minds. We don't have that output that is, in my opinion, the most important part, that is speaking. This kind of conversation creates that freedom and that I would say safe environment for try to explain yourself in the way that you are, because when we are in that typical old-fashioned classes, there is a teacher or professor who is trying to explain to you something that you don't even know. But here you can explain all of the things that you already know in your mind, in the way that you understood it, or in the way that you are already learning it, and you don't have to follow some specific steps. You just follow the steps that you already know.
Very good. And then it becomes a real conversation, right? A real
Yeah.
experience.
Mhm.
Very nice. So for the others that it's pretty much the first or your beginning on Talk and Talk platform, you can answer this student-led conversation experience as the expectation you have around the platform. So Andre, how do you see the way we do here, or what are the expectations you have in a student-led conversation rather than a traditional platform?
All right. I totally agree with Solon and Kristen. I think the most important thing that we can do to learn another language is just the practice, and we focus on it a lot in the Talk and Talk. So I think that is the point. That's the difference in from the other English platforms or language platforms, because they focus more in in grammatical lessons and improve some words or some common accents, but not in the real conversation and the day.
Day, yeah, day by day conversations or the usual talks that we have with real people, right?
Right.
Jacqueline, what about you? How do you understand this student-led conversation helping you through your learning experience rather than the classic way to do?
I think that I can learn new words, and I can um, sorry, I can possible speak without fear, because is difficult when you don't get all the words. So I think it's important experiment um, and try. So when with fear or no, but it's important to me because I can see that I know some words and expression, but when I need to speak to more time, I'm very um, I'm I have shame, and so actions action no actions
Actually,
actually, yes, actually. So it's a life. I need try. So it's in this moment I don't work. So I think it's important uh, get this moment and try and um, talk it with the other people, and it grew, and I and grow in this moment in my life.
yeah, and you see, you're gonna understand that by practicing more and more, that even without learning a lot of English grammar or stuff, you're gonna feel more comfortable by the time passes. You're gonna feel more confident to speak and to share. Like, you have a good English, you know how to answer, but you just need more practice, and that's it. And then the magic happens.
Okay, thank you.
And what about you, Lucas? How do you see this real environment, like in a student-led way of talking? What's the difference between what you have left already and what you're seeing here?
Your voice is too low.
Oh, sorry. Is it better?
Yes.
So it's the first question. Same question.
And can you repeat, please?
Yes, of course. How do you see these student-led conversations that we have? How is it different from the way you're used to? And do you think it's a good idea, a bad idea? What's your point of view?
By my experience, I mean, it's better you have a conversation with uh, another person in in the language you want to learn. And then, I don't know, one thing I hate in the school, the high school even, was the fact the English matter was just, oh, it's grammar. And that's it. The grammar, you learn about some vocabulary, I guess. I don't remember too well. But there's no much, there's not there's not really variable in that model of try to teach the people to learn English. Here is much better because um, if you study alone and go here and start to practice your speech, I guess you will get better results.
Yeah, indeed, you do that. So what I've seen, and Sol and Christian can prove that to me as well. Um, it's not about, more knowledge of the language. It's more about getting used and getting touch, right? So, and that's my next question. Be in touch with the language means a topic and questions. And we have topics and questions in here to guide us in this conversation. So Christian, in what ways have the immersion sessions with a topic and questions to help you apply English in realistic scenarios? In which ways does it help you to make your conversation fluid?
So I would say that this kind of immersion has been essential and crucial in my English development because it helps me to, for example, to talk about different topics. Even when I don't know so much about a topic, I need to be open mind to understand, to get more, maybe to learn more verbs or new expression, and try to express something in a new way, or talk about something new that it's not that it is not that usual for me. So it helped me when I, for example, when I want to apply to an interview on a job position. I have to be ready to talk about different things. Obviously, not that different, but I have to be ready to express myself, uh, right, in something that maybe the interviewer want to me to ask, or ask me, and I have to explain something.
Great, great, very good. Anyway, Andrea, do you think like a topic and questions to be guided, does it help to make the conversation flow, or does it help in any other way? How do you see that?
Well, I think it's variant because for example, in the last months, I've been working as an Uber driver, and I find some strangers from US, from UK, or from Australia, from some countries of Africa too. Also English speakers. And the things that we usually talk is about a lot of things. So we can just talk about the music, or the weather, or what we do in our lives, or if we have some pets, what kind of food we like to eat. I think the most important thing in this point is just you need to be guided to know how you can talk with a people who doesn't speak your native language, to to you can to for you can speak exactly what you will speak with the people who speaks your native language.
Yeah, and there's a huge discussion about natives, right? And I see a lot of people, oh, I want to talk with native speakers, but they don't even talk with other people.
Yeah.
They don't even know how to speak, or we're just creating boundaries and excuses and things to avoid going deep into the the target or what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Solo, and as a host in here, as a student led host, how do you see this topics and questions? How does it help or doesn't help, in your opinion?
Well, I've been participating here on TNT Conversations since 2020, I suppose, the beginning of the pandemic here in Brazil. And well, I've participated in meetings with a wide variety of topics, you know. And a lot of these topics I came across at my job. I need to talk with people from different parts of the world. And I think we have a conversation with Bruna Marola, something like that. I don't quite remember, Philip, but help me with this. And we talked about finance because she has some background in it. I don't remember anymore. And she taught a few things, a few keywords. And I don't know, 2 days later, I was talking about exactly the same topics with the guys at my work, you know, and they got surprised because I knew about those things. And I was like, oh, talk is much more than English, you know, it's English in context. And this really helped me. And more than that, we also have the same situations in other activities, not just work, but in leisure activities, talking with friends. And they talk about a specific topic, and I participate in a meeting with that topic, and like, oh, how do you know these things? And you know, I was talking with guys on Talk, and we came across these and that. So I think that these student-led immersions, they really help us to be ready to talk about anything that we come across, you know. So if it's a professional discussion, if it's a very informal discussion, if you look at the topic we have here, we're going to talk about it, you know. So I think that we are really ready to realistic interventions in English. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, in the process of changing some things in our website, and language in context. I think we should share more about it, because we need to spread this word out. Because what happens is people are looking for English, just English. Oh, I want to study English. Oh, I'm gonna study English, right? I don't see people trying to learn Portuguese when they fail on interviews, or when they fail on presenting themselves, or when they fail when they are at work and they do not get a promotion, or when they get fired. When they get fired, they do not go, oh, I need to improve my Portuguese, so I'm gonna have a private Brazilian Portuguese teacher. You know, they don't do that, but they do it in English, and it's quite normal because of the market and how they taught us to learn. So my question to Lucas is the following. How do you see language in context with these questions? How do you think it helps you to improve your English skills, communication skills especially?
I guess this is open more job opportunities, um, uh, more bridges you can build with uh, another people. To be honest, sorry, is my neighbor.
No problem. This is real life experience. Do you want me to? Yeah, I'm gonna ask the same question to Jaqueline, then we go back to you. Okay. So, Jaqueline, let me ask you the following question. Does it help to have a topic to guide the conversation, or do you think would be more interesting to have no topic to discuss, and then we try to find a topic in a conversation? How do you see this situation?
I don't know if I understand everything, but I think it can. I don't know. I don't know. If I understand, it's better we speak in without topics? Yes. Yeah. Okay. I think that it's important. We answer um, um, uh, some question, but in other moment we can speak free, speak about other themes, and but I don't know, maybe if we can some topic is free and without a organization, um, maybe can without organization. I don't know. I need um, I need organization better this information in my mind.
Yes, you have just mentioned something really important. Information is key in order to become fluent or to feel more comfortable. And sometimes we have the information, but it's hard to structure in our head to
Mhm.
express ourselves. And it takes time to get it. It's a process.
Okay.
Not difficult, I guess. The most difficult is to start learning the language for the first time when you don't have the basic structure or you don't have much vocabulary. It's I guess it's harder, right? Very good. Lucas, wanna go back to your answer just so we can finish this topic?
Uh, you asking if what English is in my point of view about work and opportunities. Is this?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, just feel free.
Yeah. Like I say, it's very important. And my point of view is very important. And because, especially my area, you need English. You cannot escape at all. And you will see um, articles, forums in English about what you do. In my case, specifically, there's no escape. So I think this is not only important, but crucial to what I want to do.
So I'm gonna go to the next question. And uh, today, I don't know what's happening to me, but most of the times I try not to bring the questions. I try to create new questions, and it can happen in other immersions because that's what happens in a meeting, in a happy hour, in an event, in a one-on-one conversation with someone. You're talking, then something pops up, and then you bring a different topic, or it doesn't. It's not mandatory to follow exactly the topic we are talking about. But it depends on how the conversation flows. Okay. Um, I'm gonna ask Solon and Christian, especially because you're being here around for quite a while. Could you share a moment during a talk session when you felt an improvement or a significant improvement in your confidence or fluency? Um, it's like a testimonial, I guess, you know. So how does Talk and Talk has helped you throughout your confidence, your fluence, in English, in other areas that I know it helps as well? So Solon, what can you bring up?
When I got here on Talk and Talk, I had some background in English, but I also need to improve a lot. But here I got on this process of learning every single day. So I think that the moment that I felt a significant improvement was when I was not translating in my head anymore, you know. Because of the dynamics of the conversation, you ask, then I answer, then I ask and you answer. Like, we don't have time to this, to think in Portuguese, translate to English, and then speak, you know. So when I got here and I was not doing that anymore, I thought, oh, is this fluency? I don't know, but I'm not thinking in Portuguese anymore. I'm just speaking in English, and words come out of my mouth, and I'm thinking like exactly the things that I'm saying, you know, not changing to Portuguese and then English and etc. And I thought, well, man, speaking every single day is like really, really helps, you know. So I think that's the main significant improvement that I've reached here on Talk and Talk, like speaking, like not thinking in Portuguese anymore, just go in English, and that's all.
And not worried about mistakes, right?
Yes, yes, for sure. Because when we are in a classroom, for example, a traditional classroom, you think, oh, I need to think this in Portuguese and then translate to English, but I need to conjugate this verb and this present, and it's plural, and you know, things get a little bit complicated. But here, just speaking, we get more confident, and we are prone to make less mistakes, you know.
Very good. Very good. Good to hear that. And what about you, Christian?
So let me remember. When I started using Talk and Talk, I already had as well a little background in English. I started English so many years ago, but that kind of old-fashioned institute where I just learned the grammatical way. So when I finished those classes, I thought that I knew a little bit of English, but I couldn't speak any words. So I knew about this platform even when I was in Bolivia. I researched it because I already have been to had been to Brazil in some in other days or in other years. So I found this platform. So I started practicing because I wanted to find a new job opportunity, and I knew that with the English level that I had or my speaking level that I had at that time, it would be really impossible for me for passing an English interview. So when I started in Talk and Talk, I felt like I was kind of a baby because I started talking kind of from scratch. And I think that I evolved really well. And one specific day or one specific day that I remember that I said, okay, I am doing better than I was 1 or 2 years ago was the last time that I was in an Spanish immersion. In that Spanish immersion, sorry, the facilitator used to use Spanish and English at the same time. Some of my colleagues told me, "Oh, you already speak Spanish only because it's your mother tongue. You already speak also Portuguese because you live in Brazil, and you already speak a little bit of English. So can you please tell us something in 3 different languages without losing the focus?" So I tried it, and it was kind of natural for me in that because I was talking about something that I knew, a topic that was kind of easy for me. So I was able to do that, and I said, okay, I am improving. I am improving really, 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 really much here in Talk and Talk, and Talk and Talk has helped me a lot.
Yeah, and I know switching between languages, it's a big deal, you know. Um, my girlfriend's parents, they are coming this week to Canada, and they do not speak any single word in English. But I have some experience in translating real time and real time conversations, like switching Portuguese to English. It's tiring, but when I did that for the first time back in 2012, I remember I was in an office. I was presenting something, and I had a native English speaker with me that didn't speak a word in Portuguese. So I was translating the presentation and the questions people asked. And back there, I realized I do speak English. you know, and my English was same as I have now, just with less vocabulary. But structurally speaking, it's pretty much the same. So you're not going to evolve and enhance your communication if you just study. So if you're using Duolingo, it's gonna help with English. If you want to practice and to get fluency, you need to speak. And there's no better place than doing that than talk and talk. So my question to Andre right now is, does it inspire you having a conversation like this to keep growing, to keep developing yourself? Or do you feel afraid of going like deep into conversations?
It inspired me because I remember when I started to learn English in the past, and I remember the grow up and the study of the language for me. It was in one time that I have a class, a private conversation with a teacher, and I didn't know she doesn't speak any word in Portuguese because she lives in Korea, I think, and she was born in US. So, and I really doesn't speak a little bit in English at that point, but I was challenged to speak with her because she doesn't understand me. So I need to put the hands on fire, I think. So I think that at this point, when we just challenge ourselves to speak a little more, to practice, to put ourselves in situations that we feel so a little uncomfortable, we can learn much more than we learn usually in some traditional ways, like Duolingo, for example.
Yeah. And that's why people go to other countries, right? And even when they are here in another country like Canada, they do not speak. And I have seen so many Brazilians here that they do not speak any words in English. It's
They're
it's
afraid.
really common to. So, Lucas, what do you think about people that move abroad and they still lack of they are still in lack of the language experience, like they are not using it, they are not learning. Why do you think does it happen in your opinion?
Let me see if I understand the question. Um, are you asking me if someone go to another country but don't exercise the language of the country, and this is your question?
Yeah, and why do you think does it happen? Like people move to another country and they do not learn there.
Confusion, a lot of confusion. Um, because I mean, the process will be very hard, I imagine, to adapt and to communicate with people, obviously. If you need help, how you ask for help? How? Just how? You know, so there's a lot of things you will be you will struggle, and there's a lot of things you will struggle in this situation. Um, maybe you can learn some sentence, some common words, but I don't think will be the necessary to you survive in another country. I guess even if you speak English very regularly, your speech is rusty or you don't have too much vocabulary, you still have a chance to survive in the country, and people will understand you the majority of the time. Maybe the opposite won't happen too much, but yeah, it will be a disaster. A disaster if you go to another country without a guide who speak English or don't speak English at all. I don't see this as a good situation.
Yeah, and it's hard because, as you mentioned, it's a survival skill that you must have, right? Jacqueline, what do you think it would happen if you moved to another country? Would you survive speaking in English, or would you run away?
Run away?
Yeah, run away means you're gonna go back to Brazil. for example.
Okay. I will survive because I think it's a great opportunity to work and learning new things. And I love my country, I love Brazil, but I know that the conditions, it's not good to many people. It's difficult. And I am a Black woman, and I have a daughter. So if I have the opportunity to go um, another country, I I, I don't know. I don't go. Um, I don't back to Brazil if we if I can learn all other things, other language, and I have a better condition life, and 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 if my daughter um, could uh, could I don't know, I forget the word, could um, have I better life in the other country. So when we see the life in Brazil, I think that is very important. We eu não sei se tem uma expressão tipo agarrar com as mãos. Em inglês se teria uma expressão assim, tipo
To get, it would work, you know.
to get
Get
to
off.
get with my hands this opportunity.
There might be an expression, but I have no idea.
I guess embrace the opportunity. Embrace the
That's good.
opportunity. Take the opportunity. Take a chance. I
Yeah,
guess
there
you have a lot of options.
yeah, depending on the context, what you want to say, right? Very good.
Okay.
And that's what I talk about. Like, we do not correct, but we support and help each other. And throughout this conversation, looking backwards, what did you learn? Is it vocabulary? Is it about the topic? Did you open up your mind? Could you have a first English conversation in your life? So every immersion, you have a chance to improve a lot of things, but it's a decision you have to take before you start this conversation. And most people, they are afraid and they run away. They are scared. So they do not accept the, the feeling they have, and they do not go for it. They do not fight back, right? So we are about to finish our session, and I'm gonna just finish like minutes before the usual time, just because my battery is going to die to my computer. So I'm sorry about that. But I would strongly recommend you to have our ebook to help you to develop your presentation skills. It has more than 60 pages with information and a structure where you can develop your English communication in an informal situation, in your company, at an interview, in a happy hour, or any event, or even an academic purposes. So more than 60 pages to study and a place to practice. So you're gonna get 29 hours for free to practice what you're going to learn from this ebook. Okay. And if you don't want to buy or to have access to the ebook or the conversations for free, just buy it to help the platform to keep up with the social program that we have that is focused on people unemployed. A gente tem programa social para pessoas que estão sem emprego e as vendas, seja do e-book, de assinantes, né, mensais, anuais, ou qualquer evento que a gente faça que é pago e a gente oferece a plataforma de forma paga para manter toda a estrutura rodando, mas principalmente a estrutura do programa social. Então, mesmo que você não vá ler o PDF, ou mesmo que você não vá usar as 29 horas, faça a compra por R$ 29, é menos do que um McLanche Feliz, é menos do que um Big Mac, né? E você vai ter acesso a um conteúdo muito bom, mas mais importante, você vai estar ajudando aí o pessoal do programa social. Ok? Se você puder compartilhar também o link, eu vou agradecer bastante. E eu acho que a minha bateria está realmente para acabar. Anything else wanna come up with? Alguém quer falar alguma coisa antes de finalizar?
Eu aproveitar a oportunidade, Phillipe, para agradecer, porque eu me inscrevi no programa social, eu fiquei desempregada recentemente, e aí aproveitei a oportunidade para me inscrever e recebi a bolsa. Então, estou participando aqui essa é a primeira conversação que eu participo, primeira imersão, e achei bem legal, e vou começar a fazer o curso hoje. Então, acho uma iniciativa muito válida, eu compartilhei no meu LinkedIn, né, porque quando a gente passa por uma situação de ficar sem trabalho, você pensa em diversas questões, né, que precisa organizar na vida, mas eu acho que, pelo menos para mim, principalmente manter o estudo, manter os estudos em dia para ter mais oportunidade. Então, eu vi essa iniciativa como uma oportunidade, fiquei bem feliz de ter recebido a bolsa e ter a possibilidade de estudar ao longo de um ano.
Então, Jaqueline, seja bem-vinda. Aproveite ao máximo, use ao máximo, e eu tenho certeza que isso vai ajudar, estar aqui também vai ajudar na sua saúde mental durante
Sim.
esse processo que é tão vulnerável e tão difícil como passar por um layoff, ser demitido, estar sem emprego. Então, espero que a plataforma e a comunidade te ajude e que você se entregue aí nesse processo, que eu tenho certeza que vai te potencializar e aumentar suas chances de recolocação no mercado de trabalho.
Sim, muito obrigada.
Para todo mundo que está aqui até o final, solo principalmente, fazia tempo que a gente não conversava em inglês. Lucas, André, Jaqueline, thank you so much, Christian. Remember applying to become a host. And I hope to see everybody, I don't know next week, but we will be back on this time pretty soon. I'm just gonna have a break because of some family visit here in Toronto. But we'll be back on this free English conversation pretty soon. Okay? Have a great day, good week. See everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. See you.
Bye bye, guys.
Yes, you